We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope, said Martin Luther King Jr. Never lose hope. That is the question. That is the question. Never lose hope. I remember a particular season in my life where it was hard not to be discouraged. I woke up most morning feeling weary, tired, battered and bruised and frustrated. It was as if there was this massive cloud, this big cloud that I couldn't get my way through it. I couldn't see or feel my way through it. All the coffees in the world didn't do me any good. What is the point in trying, I thought? I felt hopeless. What is the point in trying? What is the point in moving on? Have you ever been in that place where you thought all hope is gone, has evaporated? Have you ever felt so discouraged and battered? Or maybe we are in that place. Maybe you're in that place right now. Maybe we think that we have shipwrecked our lives and we think there is no way of rebuilding our lives again. Or maybe we think we are alone and lonely. Theresa May said this when she was the Prime Minister back in 2018. She said this: loneliness is one of the greatest public health challenges of our time. And in one official report, it says up to a fifth of all UK adults feel lonely most or all of the time. Anyway, you don't need me to tell you that life is hard. 2020 has been a hard year. It hasn't been an easy year at all, maybe for many of us, and maybe most of us. We are worried about our job security. We are worried about the welfare of our children, for their future. We are worried if we will ever get married. We are worried if we will ever be able to be parents. We are worried about our aging parents. We are worried about the future. We are worried if that cancer might reappear again. Where do we look for hope? Where do we turn to? Where do we look for help and hope in our deepest and darkest hours? Let me tell you about a king who came down, who didn't stay up there and dictate, but about a king who came down, a king who came to be with his people in the muck and mire, in the deepest and darkest time. In the Bible, in the book of Exodus, we encounter a people, the Israelites. They are being exploited and abused. They feel trapped without hope. They are at the bottom of the pile, lowest of the lowest. They are slaves. They are beaten and mocked. And yet we read about a God who hears their prayers, who hears their cries in their suffering, and he answers them. He rescues them amazingly, powerfully from slavery. He not only heard their cries and their prayers, he was with them. He appeared to them in a cloud of fire. He was leading them. He was with them. He was present with them. In another place in the book of Daniel in the Bible, we see this again, something very similar, that this king was present with his people then as well in the deepest and darkest hour. He was in the fire with them, journeying with them. And we see this king being present not just then, but he is very much present with us now for those or anyone who will call on him, who will seek his help, who will call out to him, cry out to him for help. Sometimes we say, don't we, of our politicians, that, they have no idea what goes on down here, because it's very easy to make decisions from up there, but they have no idea what's like to be down here. This king is not like some of our politicians. He comes down. He's not a king up there. He's not just a king up there. He is a king up there, but he is also a king here who is present with his people. He's present amongst his people. He's a king who is with us. In fact, our King Jesus, this King Jesus, his name is Emmanuel, which literally means God with us. Isn't that amazing to have a name like that? Emmanuel, God is with us. God is with you. In this life, we will go through loss, we will go through pain and suffering. In this life, we will have worries and fear. In this life, we will face sorrows. But we also know that there is a King who is with us, who journeys with us. His name is Jesus. Emmanuel, God is with us. You see, Jesus doesn't promise us to keep us away from all the pains and sufferings and the struggles. He doesn't promise us to keep away from all the sorrows and loss. What did He promise? He promises all of us, you and me, that He will be with us in all our pains and suffering. He will journey with us. He will walk alongside us as we journey through pain and suffering and our struggles. In my darkest days, I didn't want a friend to come around and fix me. I wanted a friend who will cry with me, be there with me, listen to me. Friends, we have a King. We have a King, King Jesus, who is closer and better than any good friend. He will be with us. He will cry with us. He will listen to us. There's an amazing story in the New Testament about Jesus going to visit these two friends, two ladies, Mary and Martha. Their brother Lazarus just passed away, died. Obviously, He raised Lazarus up from the dead again. But before that, we are given a little sneak preview into our King's heart. We see Jesus weeping with them. What a great example. What a great King we have. To remind ourselves again that this is the King who is with us. He is weeping with us. He is journeying with us. He is there in our pains and in our struggles. And this King Jesus says to you and to me, He says this: whoever comes to me, I will never cast out. You don't need yourself to sort out and then come to Jesus. No, Jesus says, come to me just the way you are, and I will help you. I will comfort you. I will walk with you. I will journey with you.